Hey YouTube fans, people interwebs, it's me, Zombish1, or Tony, back for a Star Trek The Official Starships Collection, there we are, Star Trek The Official Starships Collection review. And this time we're doing issue number 76, Baxial, otherwise known as Neelix's ship. So as per usual, I'll get the nice glossy magazine, and the ship itself, but more on that in a little bit. So, specification, owned by Neelix, type Freighter, in operation 24th century, location Delta Quadrant, length about 15 metres, propulsion, water-powered, weaponry, phasers. You get a nice CG render there. It's the same one from the front cover, but that's no bad thing. I think it's the same one from the front cover. It is, but the lighting is different. That's cool, actually. It's the same one from the front, but the lighting is a little bit different. So that's cool. Then it goes into the history of the ship itself. Before Neelix bought the Baxial, he worked as a mining colony, served as an engineer's assistant, bought a Talaxian Freighter. He spent 6 years on a Talaxian garbage scow. When the crew of the USS Voyager met Neelix, he was a proud owner of an old freighter named Baxial. Its outer panels were slab-sided. Its overall design was boxy and rather ugly, but it offered Neelix an independent way of life. He mainly used it to trawl through remains of other ships, hoping to find items worth trading. And it goes through the history of Neelix and Baxial aboard Voyager, which is cool. Then we've got topographical scan of all various images of the ship: port, starboard, ventral, dorsal, fore and aft. The Talaxian race was an ancient one, may have been warp capable as far back as 1450. The Talaxians suffered a major setback in 2356 when they were conquered by the Harkonnen Order. A decades-long war ended when the Harkonnens used a Matrion Cascade weapon that killed 300,000 inhabitants of the Talaxian moon Rhinax. So there we go. Then we've got designing hours of this section. Designed by Rick Sternbach. Is it Rick Sternbach who designed it? Yes. And you can see various images there. I mean, you can see sort of misshapen runabout, and you've got sort of it coming together in places. You know, that one could not be unlike either Romulan or Bajoran. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I like this section a lot. And then we go into Ethan Phillips, the actor who played Neelix. Cropped up on Star Trek a couple of times as well. He played a Ferengi, Dr. Ferek, in the episode Next Gen, 3rd season, Menage a Troi. He also popped up in Enterprise as a Ferengi as well, and even pretended to be a Ferengi in the Voyager episode False Prophets, and of course he played the nightclub owner in First Contact. And he says, "You boys will have to leave. We have a strict dress code." We've got some more images there. Neelix with the K's on, Neelix with Kess, Neelix with Dr. Maboj Trell. So there we go. And then we've got more images there as well. Then we've got him in Enterprise as a Ferengi. What's it call him name in Ferengi? Something like Yegi, I think. Something like that. I can't remember. It's been a while since I watched Enterprise. Although it is on the list to watch. I've been watching Voyager lately, so... So yes. And then we've got On Screen, which... first appearance... Technically, I believe it was scripted for Caretaker. However, for whatever reason, it was cut out, and it wasn't actually seen until the episode Chute. So there you go. And then it was last seen in the episode Homestead, and designed by Rick Sternbach. Trivia: Ambassador Lilaria, picture below, a representative of the Aquitarian government. Aquitari just sounds better. Aquitari, but Aquitarian government was played by Robert Pine in the Star Trek Voyager episode of The Chute. He was the father of Chris Pine, who stars as Captain Kirk in J.J. Abrams' reboot of Star Trek films. Robert Pine also played the role of Captain Tavin, a Vulcan who did not believe in repressing his emotions in the Star Trek Enterprise episode Fusion. Rosemary Morgan, who played Piri in the episode The Chute, is the daughter of Julie Cobb, who portrayed Yeoman Yesley Thompson in the original series episode By Any Other Name. It's a really good episode, that, actually. At the beginning of Homestead, Neelix is throwing a party in a mess hall celebrating the 315th anniversary of Zefram Cochrane's first warp flight and Earth's first encounter with Vulcans. The song is played on the jukebox as an instrumental version of Roy Orbison's Ooby Dooby, which Cochrane put on in Star Trek First Contact. And then next issue we have the Romulan shuttle. Can't wait for that one. And then we've got image of the ship there as well. So onto the ship itself. Sorry if I'm a bit sluggish because it's my birthday tomorrow. Both me and my dad are off today, and he took me for a couple of pints. So, you know, and it's like 1,000,000 degrees as well, so, you know. So yeah, onto the ship itself. First thing, this weighs a ton. This weighs an absolute ton. It's some serious heft in the ship, but as you can see, it is really nice. For a ship that I was really not bothered about, like properly not bothered about, it was one of these ships that they could have not even mentioned that they were going to do it, and I wouldn't have missed it. But now that I have it, it's really nice. It could have done with a bit more weathering. Could have done with the communications array on the top there, which is missing. But they're so fine compared to the, as you can see on the front cover there, because they're so fine. I don't think they would have managed it, to be honest. So it's one of those concessions that, yeah, I understand why they haven't done it. But other than that, the detail on it is fantastic. I like the engines there. I like these kind of pipeworks going through. It wouldn't look amiss in Star Wars, if I'm brutally honest. It's got a nice big cockpit window. It's got some nice either cargo pods or landing pads or a combination of the two. And you've got a docking port there. I like the fact it's a bit asymmetrical as well, as you can see on the top view there. You've got this section here, which is a cargo hatch, and then you've got a docking port on this side. And you've got the light piping engines there. I don't think it's gonna, there we go, you can see it just now. But the detail on it is fantastic. It's some good weight, some good heft. And it just seems like the level of detail in this, they could have put in to this, and they didn't. And it is such a crying shame. I mean, although, as you can see, the Enterprise seat is bigger. Yeah, it's a lot bigger. But this weighs a lot more. And it's just like, it just seems to me like the ships that are in one episode here and there are just ships that seem to be non-fan favourites, or just, like I said, just random ship of the week kind of ships. They're the best ones. And the main ships, I'm trying to put them back on the stand, there we go. The main ships are absolute shit. You know, Enterprise C, Enterprise A, Enterprise B. You know, I've been very lacklustre, but I'm not even onto that. So yeah, I think this is a really good ship. Now, if you were to cherry pick, if you're a Voyager fan, you should pick this guy up. It is really cool. But if you're cherry picking at all, get this ship. It's really nice. It's a bit ugly, but it's got a charm about it. It's got, you know, like Neelix said, when he first saw it, he thought it was the most ugliest thing he'd ever seen. And I can't disagree with him, but at the same time, there is a little charm about it, which is really cool. And it fits on its stand thusly. You've got, it says on the bottom there, just says Baxial. And we connect it. There's a bit of finagling involved in this one. You've got to, there we go, put it on, and there it is on its stand. It's rather nice, actually. Yes, it's rather good indeed. So that's me. That's the Baxial. And I'll catch you later. Bye for now.